What's up, family? David Yeti. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And we're going to discuss what has happened to Nvidia. Now, just to give you some insights, I think it was probably like 6 months ago or something like that, when that stock was so hot, and I remember not having the money and I wanted to get in so bad, right? And I know people who have a lot of stock in Nvidia. I'm not sure if they were able to sell before what happened over the last, 36, 48 hours or so. But Chinese company by the name of DeepSeek apparently created a low cost AI model that they just launched, right? And that caused Nvidia stock to lose $600 billion overnight, guys. 600 billion. Now, I have Nvidia stock in my future portfolio in terms of my watch list. So, I have other stocks in tech companies, but I have a story that Yahoo Finance have a video. Obviously, we're going to react to the video. As always, I like to react in real time with you guys. So this is going to be my first time watching this video. I'll pause it, get my commentary. Let's see what we can learn. Okay.
Now to a rough day for the markets, with Nvidia losing nearly $600 billion in value, triggered by a major AI advancement in China that U.S. officials are already
Wait, this is not okay. So I have two clips. I have one for NBC and Yahoo Finance. Okay, I'm not tripping.
warning could be a threat to national security. Brian Chung is here. Brian, what do we know about this app?
Lester, it's an AI chatbot called DeepSeek, and it's the #1 free app on Apple's App Store. Those in the AI space have been impressed by how well it stands up to its American competitors, but it's Wall Street that's shaken by how cheap its developers say they were able to train it. Just $5.6 million.
And see, I'm gonna pause it right there. That is the thing. If you've been following Wall Street stock markets over the last really 2 or 3 years, you have seen so much money pour into AI in terms of AI infrastructure, different models and stuff. Now, I'm currently learning AI right now as well because it is set to be a huge market. It's already a big market, but just moving forward, right? Remember, I made a video, and I'm not sure if I released it just yet, but so I have a video coming out talking about the new AI with Stargate and stuff like that. I mentioned it in one of the other videos, but the amount of money being poured into AI as a whole, and to have this Chinese-based company, and forget that I don't give a damn if it was Colombian, Puerto Rican, whatever. The fact that they was able to create this with under $6 million, guys, you have no idea how much of a problem this could be for the stock markets, because if you are not sure how it works. So I was once in banking, and I was I was going to become a financial advisor. I wasn't passionate about it, so I ended up moving over to tech. But when I was in training to become a financial advisor, and I'm not a financial advisor, so obviously anything you see on this channel is only for educational purposes only, okay? But I do know that when it comes to financial instruments and securities, so if you're talking about mutual funds and the like, etc., you have a fund manager with a mutual fund. So the way it works is you pay a small fee to this fund manager, and it's his or her job to go out and find different stocks and companies and opportunities to invest in, to give you the promised return that convince you to even join them in the first place and have them manage your money. When things like this happen, it scares the life out of fund managers. It scares the life out of major banks like Morgan Stanley, Chase, to name a few, because their whole objective. Now, let me take a step back. Obviously, different people have a higher or lower risk tolerance depending on what you set your parameters are. So if you maybe at the first beginning of your career, maybe you have a little more, you a little more risk averse and stuff like that. But if you're in your later years and you've been building up your portfolio, your retirement savings, the last thing you want to do is put it in something that's very volatile because you don't want to lose everything. Yes, the upside is high, but the opposite is true too. You could lose, if I'm not going to say all, but you can lose a significant portion of your income and your savings that you've been building up. So with that being said, for this company to build this app for so cheap, and you've seen billions and billions of dollars pour into the AI industry as a whole, it's not looking good.
Dollars. Now, if true, that would be more efficient compared to how much it costs to train ChatGPT and Google's Gemini AI.
Look at the comparison on the screen. Look at this. 5.6 million, let's round it up and say 6 million, right? To be fair. 78 million for ChatGPT, 191 million for Google's Gemini. Just to train it. That's crazy.
AI, which are made here in the U.S. last year.
Big question for a lot of users. Will this have the same national security concerns that we saw with TikTok?
Well, it could. DeepSeek's terms of use are governed by China, and
Correct.
it raises serious questions over censorship and guided answers.
It does. And just to give you some insight, so I work in cybersecurity right now at a tech company, and one of the things that we had to go through recently was chatbot training. So we have an internal tool that was created by our developers and engineers for us to use, because what happens is when you enter prompts into these AI models and these, whether or not it's ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever, part of the AI infrastructure is that it trains itself. But in order for it to train itself, it has to store the data, which means if this is a Chinese owned company in this example, when you enter in data, knowingly or unknowingly, that all of that information is going over to that China-based company. And our laws, obviously, are not, it doesn't stretch all the way to China. They have their own way of doing things, right? So he is 100% on point with this.
Now, DeepSeek says it collects users' keystrokes and stores information in Chinese servers, as some lawmakers on Capitol Hill have already expressed concern. And it's a good reminder, by the way, Lester, to never give your personal sensitive information to any AI software.
All right, Brian, thank you very much.
Correct, but let me just pause for 1 second, and I'm gonna bring myself up because this is important. Yeah, so like you're not supposed to give your personal information into that, but I mean I've used chatbots to help rewrite my resume. If I have a quick email to go out or something, I might throw it in there or something like that. Well, on my resume, my address is there, my phone number, email address. This is personal. So it's not SPII, right? But it is personal identifying information. Now, SPII, that is like your like your date of birth, social security number, right? Driver's license number is another good one that people don't think about. These are things that if put on the dark web, there's a lot of companies too, and you can actually look this up, but there's a lot of companies that sell your information on the black market. When you enter it into, and it doesn't have to be like the little cheesy pop-ups to where they, it's a scam. It can be something as simple as what I've been receiving lately a lot to my phone. I don't know how the fuck they got my number, but I've been receiving to my phone. We have a toll here in Georgia, and it's saying that I have a past due bill for the toll, and I'm like, bro, I haven't took the toll. And then it has like this sketchy little, URL for you to click on and stuff like that. I'm like, no. And I keep reporting it spam. I reported junk, and then it comes another way. So my phone number is out there somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it's from a Google, sheet or something. I have no idea. I mean, it could be easy as a survey or something that I filled out before. So China is a problem. Let me just say that China is a thorn in our backside, and I don't know what they're going to do in terms of the entire industry. Um, I know that this has shaken up. I know guys that have lost thousands of dollars, guys. Thousands of dollars overnight. Now, I mean, I'm looking, it wasn't me, but obviously I don't want anybody to lose money, especially when it doesn't have anything to do with them and it's out of their control. But that is a risk of investing. It's part of the game. And I'm curious to see moving forward. I am still going to watch Nvidia stock because I want to see what the response is going to be. I want to see the market always corrects itself. How long it's going to take? That's the $1 million question. Like, we don't know, but the market has a way of always correcting itself. So I'm curious to see what happens because I did see that Meta stock and Google stock was up today, right? Which is kind of strange. I mean, historically, obviously, it has been a bullish market, but I'm curious to see what is going to happen. And I was right. The video is on Yahoo Finance. It's just a video from NBC News. So obviously, I'm going to put a link to the video down in the description. I'm curious to hear what you think, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.